Welcome to the Velocity Talk road test of the Caterham 7 270S. We're taking it through its paces today, tell you a little bit about it. It is a brilliant little car. Sorry to give it away at the beginning, but how could you hate it? For those who don't know much about Caterham 7, Caterham bought the license to use and build Lotus 7s essentially some years ago. Ever since then I've been specialising in just making that car, and I have done dalliances with various other sort of specials, obviously the Formula 1 team. They just spend their time making lightweight, engaging British sports cars, and they do it very well indeed. Performance-wise, stats are 5-second 0 to 60, not that quick in this day and age, I guess. A lot of Lotuses, just to pick another British car, are running sub 4 seconds, but it's massively quick in this. No roof, no, I don't want to say protection to try and sort of dumb it down in any way or make it sound like it's not safe, but no insulation certainly. That sort of performance is amazing. 122 miles an hour tops out, something like that. Who would need any more than that? You know, there's that old argument, of course, certainly on British roads. It's not about top speed. This is just not that kind of car. There are other ones that do it, larger engine Caterhams, but you don't need to go that fast in this to have a hell of a lot of fun. 135 brake horsepower, so 270 brake horsepower per tonne. This is a 500 kilogram car. That is tiny. It is light, agile, and that's what makes it such a great car to drive. So in terms of drivability, far more torque than I would ever have realised. Very low geared, very short shift, so you find yourself changing gear a lot, and it's an absolute pleasure. Lovely snicky little gearbox. But bags of torque, it's a 6-speed box, and quite frankly you could drive around in 3rd or 4th and have a ball. You can stick it in 6th at 45 mile an hour and it'll pull away, it'll fine, it'll drive properly. A lot of kind of high performance cars, I guess, are so on a knife edge that you have to keep changing gear, and this is something I've massively expected with the Caterham. But this engine setup actually allows you to not be constantly changing gear. Now if you're a hobbyist, a very relaxed kind of Sunday driver, but still want some traditional, I suppose, British MG style motoring, but you want a bit of performance, this is a perfect car. One of the great things about this car is that it's powered by a Ford engine. It's not all the circumstances where you say that was a great thing. You might say it's a good thing. I mean, Ford are Ford, and I've got a lot of time for them. But you get all this ceremony and all this kind of supercar or vintage car feeling, whatever it is, and you know underneath the lump is a reliable 1.6 Ford engine. Yeah, of course it's tweaked, it's got some extra bits and bobs on it, but there's just an underlying reliability to it, and that really makes you feel confident when you're driving it. Everything in here is so stripped down. Part of the joy of it is you've got no creature comforts at all. If you're the sort of person that loves climate control and built-in setup, if you love a stereo, then this car may not be for you. We have no stereo. However, do you really need one? I take every test car I ever have shopping to Tesco's. Normally because I like to see whether or not it has any kind of real world value. In this case, as discussed, if you ask about real world value, you shouldn't buy one. But it's fun. To see around me, the cars are all very, very tall, and I don't fit in quite the same way, and you get quite a lot of noise. the cars feel when you're sitting in this. It's slightly terrifying. At 23,000 starting price, you get a lot of car for your money. Now there are a lot of extras. Apparently these leather seats are extra. I'd take cloth, I don't really care. I think the doors are extra, I probably would pay for them. The roof is extra, I gather, as I said. I would probably pay for that. In terms of value, it depends what side of the fence you're on. If you like a lot of things for your money, and a lot of luxuries, and toys, and all that creature comforts, then this is very bad value for money for you. If, however, you like brilliant cars, then it's an excellent value. I love push button starts. I always have done, probably always will do. I love them in boring cars, I don't care. I'm not alone, I don't think, because that's why you can buy so many kits to convert your everyday driver into a push button start monster. But this one is certainly no different, and a complete pleasure. Why wouldn't you enjoy that every single time you got in it? And that's part of the ceremony you get with this. You don't have a proper door. This is my door. You simply hang over a little bit of leather there, probably fake leather, and that's your door. That's it. And actually, I think I'd kind of like it without them, but I don't think Caterham would like it very much if I started mucking around and taking their doors off. Everything about this car is stripped out so totally. That's my foot hitting the metal underneath the clutch. There is no carpet down there, nor would I want any. I'm looking around and seeing riveted sheets of metal and a little bit of rubber just under my feet, just to get a little bit of grip for your heels. There is no need for anything else, and that's the beauty of it. And I'm stating the obvious, and I think as a motoring journalist, my job is to tell you guys what a car is like, perhaps to convert you to want to buy one, or at least give you the knowledge so you can make your own decision. I think anyone that knows about Caterham 7 either has one or wants one, and the people that look and don't know and don't care, I'm afraid are probably never going to be converted, which is a shame. So many people that I've spoken to when I knew I was having this car last week are split into two really distinct camps. You have a couple of people that say, I've always wanted one, please come and visit me, come and take me for a spin, and I've got people queuing up at home for a spin. Then you have the people that go, well, where do you put your stuff? Now, if you have to ask that, you do not understand the whole point of, I would almost say, driving, for me, apart from commuting. If you have to ask where on earth I put my stuff in this car, you have missed the point. I don't care where I put my stuff. Quite frankly, I can put a box down there with a sandwich and a bottle of water in, and I could quite happily go and spend 6 or 7 hours mucking around in this car. So if you are wondering about storage space, I'm not going to tell you, because you don't need to know. You do, however, need to know that this is an extremely fun car, razor sharp handling, theatrical performance, and it is not earth-shattering performance by any means, but theatrical. It is loud, you feel it, you smell it, you hear it, it's amazing. Would I buy one? Yes, I would. I'm never normally that taken when I have test cars. I love lots of test cars, but I would absolutely, and am actually considering purchasing a Caterham 7. A 270S, although I would like to go and speak to them. I think I would personally prefer the slightly narrower chassis with the raised floors. I'm quite a short guy, and the seat is as far forward as it can go, and I'm just about clutchable. I really wouldn't want it to be any further away. If you're a tall person, I think 6'3", 6'4" is still workable. I have tested out on somebody that is really tall with really long legs, and their knees hit the steering wheel, unfortunately. But as a general rule, I think it's a much more accessible car to tall people. It's not just for short people like me. So go and buy one if you're tall. Go and buy one if you're short. Go and buy one if you can afford it. Or go and buy one if you can't and do it on finance. Because it is so much bloody fun. Everybody should have one. It's very hard to get across on a video quite how much fun this car is and quite how much emotion it brings up when you're driving. Visceral is the word I used. I think that's right. It is just so much fun. I imagine you'll be watching it going, oh, it looks cold, I'm not sure whether I get it. Fine, don't get it, doesn't bother me. You really should try though. It is so much fun. Just dropping it down a cog and, well, doing this. Thanks for watching this Caterham